How bad was my episode of your podcast such that you'll never release it? What did I do wrong? I was wondering, maybe I should tell you not to put it out. Maybe we both agree it's bad. I don't know. I'm washed up.
I haven't heard from him. Have you?
No.
Can you hear me okay?
I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. Try speaking again.
Microphone check 1 2. What
Yeah,
is this?
That's good.
Beautiful. You sound good to me.
Thank you. I'm here with Zac Smith. This is Lo-Fi Lit. He's back from the last time that we talked to him when he was with Cav and they were reading and answering questions.
Hello, Internet.
Zac, I've been enjoying your stories. You said you listened to the response pod?
Yeah.
That they roasted Jeff. What'd you think of that?
I enjoyed it.
What's your opinion on Jeff?
I don't really have much of an opinion on Jeff.
Is that like right by your front door?
It's like a side door.
Are you like in another house? Like, do you have like a little tiny house that you're in right now?
No,
Oh.
it's just the second door.
Is that your back door?
No, it's like a side door.
Oh.
We have a back door and a front door.
Are you like
and a
right
side door.
right next to you? Is it like your kitchen?
No.
Okay, I'm trying to like figure out this blueprint of your house.
I could send you a blueprint later.
Okay.
The floor plan, if you'd like.
So with your stories that you're doing right now, it felt like you're like in a pause moment you're writing, and then you're like just recently you've really been picking it back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I wasn't working on too much for a little while. It felt like I didn't know what I wanted to work on, so I didn't work on much. But then I had some ideas and I started working on them, and just kind of got into the habit of trying to spend more time on it because I enjoy it.
Does that come from like work or like being outside?
Yeah, I mean, things were, lots of things like changed like over the past like 2 years.
Like what?
Just various like professional and personal things, and so I felt like for various stretches of time I had to like focus on other stuff, and I didn't feel compelled to write as much until I felt more comfortable with how things were settling down. But then every once in a while they would change again. And so I would continue to not focus on it as much.
Like job wise, like you had too much to do at your jobs, or like it was too much?
Yeah, just like the whole like changing jobs and like refiguring out your daily schedule and like balancing everything.
Didn't you work on a farm?
Yeah, it was like a combination greenhouse plant distribution center. So it technically had 7 greenhouses and then a lot of land, and then they would grow potted plants and sell them to contractors and big box stores.
When you sit down to write a story, do you start out with the characters, or do you start with the idea?
I don't know.
Like with
I
the beef
guess
story.
the, yeah, I guess I mostly start with like a specific interaction or idea or image, and then try to set everything up as easily as possible to get to that image. And then once I have that through line, then I enjoy figuring out where I can both like streamline it and then uncover like other elements that I could weave into it or emphasize or repeat for effect.
Do you ever have a voice in one story that carries on to another?
Yeah, I guess.
Like the
I guess.
vasectomy story, did it carry over to the beef story?
No.
Okay.
I feel like we jumped right into it. Did we do introductions?
Yeah, I said
Tyler, how are you doing, buddy?
I said I was talking to Zac Smith.
Oh, I just felt like you just jumped right. You started, I don't know.
Oh, because I usually do it then
Like
like in post.
you're grilling me. I feel
Oh,
like we
sorry. Already? Yeah.
kinda.
I feel like it is going pretty fast. I was like, I gotta have
I don't want it to
something
be
good to
like...
talk. Huh?
Okay.
What?
No, I just felt like we were getting boring for a second. I don't want your audience to feel bored by me.
Should I talk
No,
about myself?
I don't think you talk about yourself enough.
I never ever do. I don't think I'm interesting.
Did you? So you were working at a grocery store. I know that.
Yeah, for
At some
6
point.
years.
Are you done with that?
I worked at it overnight. Yeah. Now I'm working at a summer camp gig and I do not like it.
What are you doing at the camp?
I counsel kids at a summer day camp
That's cool.
from
What age
ages
range?
6 to 12, and then you have like 13 to 15-year-olds as like CITs that are counselors in training, and they help you with the stuff. Sometimes they have an attitude, and sometimes they're really good at what they do, and then sometimes they just sit on the sides. They don't really do anything.
Did you do summer camps when you were in that age range?
Never.
No.
It's like a new experience for me. Well, it was last year, and then I did it again this year. I was like, maybe it would go better, but it's not. But like dealing with little kids, man, like my voice, like my throat has been like hurting for a month. And I looked that up and like that's not like a great thing. And like I should go to a doctor.
Do you have to like yell a lot, like raise your voice to get their attention?
Constantly, yeah. Constantly yelling. And then I looked it up on Reddit and like all these, it's like a teacher thing. Like their throats start going out. Yeah, you should do some exercises or learn how to project a certain way. Yeah, it's like you have to do it with your diaphragm and like not through your other parts of your body or something. Right. Yeah. Do you ever lose your... if you're not used to it. Did you ever lose your voice? I don't think so, but I did. There's a period of time where for, I don't know, maybe like 6 months or something, I didn't talk much. We lived out in this house in the middle of nowhere that we were renting. And my wife worked all day. And I was like trying to finish grad school stuff. So I was supposed to just be writing a lot. But it just meant that I was like I would probably talk for like 5 minutes a day. And so then I noticed when I did start trying to talk to people, like when I was doing job interviews and stuff, I started producing too much saliva. Like my body wasn't used to talking. And then I had to figure out how to deal with that and like practice. I started like talking out loud to myself to like exercise that muscle. When you started talking up again, like did it come naturally or like were you like fragmenting off into like various like side stories? Like you had to like pick up the practice of like telling a story again almost. Yeah, I don't remember that too much. I just remember the physicality of it, where I just like my body wasn't used to just opening my mouth or producing sounds, and yeah, the saliva thing is what stuck out to me the most. When I interview you, does it feel like I'm like interrogating you? I don't know, a little bit. Because without Cav here, it's like he's usually the one that goes into like stories and stuff. I can go into stories. But I want to hear more about your camp counts. So what is it that you don't like? You don't like the attitude of the kids? You don't like the being disrespected part? They don't listen. Yeah, they're kids. Yeah, I know, but it's like at some point do you still feel like you're the kid and you're struggling to be the authority figure? Yeah, exactly. That too. Yeah. That's hard. It's like if you have ADD, it doesn't help or mean anything at all if they have it too. Yeah, you can't. It doesn't. They don't. There's no relating. You're like, listen, I have ADD. You have to be patient with me, and they're like, fuck you. No, it's like I thought it'd be like able to like handle them better or something because I'm
Oh,
ADHD, but like
oh,
that doesn't fucking help at all. That means absolute dog shit.
yeah. So what do you do?
You just try to fucking get through the day.
Yeah, you just survive it.
Yeah.
Did you grow up with like younger cousins or nieces and nephews? Like, did you have any child care experience going into
I
this?
was the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like even in my cousins, I was the youngest.
Okay, so you're always the baby.
Yeah, until I had a nephew, and then that was strange. He's an odd one.
I thought you were gonna say he's an author. I think that'd be a funny twist.
No, no.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry
You,
you don't like the camp. Do you get to do any camp activities yourself? Do you get to
yeah,
swing on the rope? Do you get to swim in the lake?
yeah. Well, see, I act like a well. It's not like that kind of camp.
Okay.
It's like a local parks within the city, and so it's like a day camp. But yeah,
Hmm.
they have swings and stuff, and I act like a total goofball idiot,
Yeah.
and I try to entertain myself. And some people like that, and some people really do not like that.
Other adults
They
don't
act
like
like
that.
I'm like, oh, like I'm so strange or something.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I want them to be on the joke, but then they just start taking it and like trying to be like really mean and an asshole, you know? Like, people need to get over themselves. Anyways, do, do you have cousins?
Yeah, I was also the youngest though. So
Oh,
I
you
bring that
were?
up because yeah, I didn't have any. I was the youngest of all my cousins by a few years, and then I was the youngest in my family. So yeah, I didn't. I bring that up because yeah, I didn't really have too much like childcare experience, like babysitting experience before I became a parent myself. And so I
Did they
wonder if like
did they bully you?
a little bit, not too much. I mean, I my cousins lived in a different state growing up,
Hmm.
so I'd only see them like once or twice a year. Uh, yeah, I remember one time we were visiting them for the 4th of July, which we typically did, and we'd always like light off fireworks and stuff. And so one of my cousins had a lighter, and I had like a stuffed animal that I liked, like a
Hmm.
stuffed chipmunk that I had
Oh,
with me. He like burned a portion of the tail of the chipmunk and like melted the polyester fibers of it.
what an asshole.
I mean, yeah, he was probably like 14. I don't know. I mean, I get it.
Do you
Bored
guys hang
kid.
out now?
No, he still lives across the country.
But do you ever like to try and see them?
Um, Not really. I would have seen those cousins last, like maybe like 10 years ago, something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 'cause
Maybe
like the
more.
cousins on my mom's side, they're pretty cool. I like hanging out with them when we get together like once a year. But then like on my dad's side, like I don't know anyone.
Yeah,
They're all over the place.
yeah, yeah.
What about
People
you?
move around a lot more now than they used to too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not close to any family.
Are you thinking about moving?
No,
You
no,
like it there?
we're good here. Yeah, I think it's working out right now. Uh, my Yeah, when I was a kid, we moved like states when I was 10, and it was fine. Uh, but I don't know. I don't. We don't have any reason to move. We're in a good little town right now.
How was moving when you were a kid? Was that traumatic?
No,
You didn't like lose friends?
I mean yeah, but I made new ones.
Now,
When I was 10.
did you have to like budget more after moving? Like you couldn't get a PS2 or something?
Uh,
Like I want a PS2 for Christmas, and your parents are like, no, we just moved. You can't get one.
I don't remember that, but maybe. I don't
Did
remember.
you?
Did that happen to you? Is that what
No.
you asked?
I was trying to think of something a kid would want, and then like not being able to get it, it would like be traumatic for them.
I see. No, it was actually like at the moment it was a cool experience because we moved from this like cul-de-sac in suburban New Jersey where you couldn't go anywhere without a car
Yeah.
to like a nice little like Midwestern town that was pretty walkable. And so pretty quickly I just like met kids on the street in the neighborhood and we would just like ride bikes and skateboard and stuff all day. So it felt like in a way like a very liberating change in
Yeah.
my like youth.
You have a great voice for like an NPR. You could
Thank
be
you.
on like This American Life.
Yeah, I like This American Life. I don't listen to it as much as I used to, but
I used to be like addicted to that like 10 years ago, and then I just stopped, and then I like never listened to it again.
they're still doing it.
Yeah.
There's an interesting episode of a different podcast where they interviewed Ira Glass, sort of just about like his legacy and his life. And it was kind of depressing
Really?
because he sort of like dedicated his whole life to this,
Hmm.
and I think he sort of feels like he doesn't have too much to show for it besides a radio show on NPR. Like it's the most like important one.
Yeah.
It's like the most syndicated one. But I think he feels like he doesn't have like a more meaningful legacy. Was my read of the interview. So it's kind of
As,
sad.
like listening to This American Life, like after you listen to so many episodes, like you start to pick up the format of it and the way they edit it, and when the
Yeah.
songs come in and when they come out, and it just feels a bit too like inauthentic at some point.
Mm.
And like,
Yeah, they get a formula.
yeah,
And they would
totally.
always have like like they would have authors on to read stories, but it's always the same like five people
Yeah,
uh in the same kind of story, you know. Yeah,
yeah.
I get it. You want something with more edge. You want
Well, I
something
want
more like
something like
lo-fi lit.
something that like, because some podcasts completely suck, but then like if you listen long enough, I guess, well, if you invest a lot of time into them, like some will randomly be really fucking great and will hit you in a way that you're not expecting. And you can't get that with a show that's like formatted again and again and again. And like,
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's better just to be surprised by a fucking random ass episode of some dude talking. I
Yeah,
don't know.
because you used to listen to a lot of those podcasts, right? I remember
Oh
you
yeah,
mentioning, you'd work like nights and just listen to like Joe
totally.
Rogan or whatever for hours.
Yes. Ugh,
Yeah, I used to
don't remind
listen
me.
to, the Joe Rogan thing, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's like that genre of podcast of just like two people talking. Like I would
Yeah.
listen to like You Made It Weird with Pete
Yes.
Holmes
Yeah. I listen to
and
that a lot.
Mark
He goes on
Mark
for like
Mark Maron.
he goes on for like 3 hours.
He talks about himself a lot. It's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
I can only do it in doses. I can listen to like a couple a year if they're really interesting.
Can you listen to yourself?
I have. I don't really like it too much.
Are you playing a character right now?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. Aren't you?
What do you mean?
I'm Zac Smith.
Yeah, but like
I don't know. No, I'm just
do
me.
you live it up more when you're not on microphone?
Uh, no. This is pretty much how I am.
Do you think people will like listening to this? Like in the other podcast, did we go over the writing too much?
I don't know. I don't know what we did. I just briefly got sort of self-conscious, and I realized I was like, maybe yeah, I was leaning into the character of being monotonous too much, and then I realized it was probably not funny and more boring. And
Is that your
so,
character
yeah, I
to
guess
be
so.
monotonous? When did you create this character?
December 8th, 2018. No,
No, I probably
I think it's funny. Like, I thought it would be funny because I did it on a previous episode with you where I would take a long time to answer every question, then answer with just like one or two words, and that I thought that was funny.
I like that.
Okay,
It's made you seem more deep and reflective.
okay. I didn't want that to be a thing. I just thought it was like silly, which is why I was doing it. Most of what motivates me is trying to think of or do something funny.
Like fuck with people?
I like fuck with people. Do I fuck with people?
No, but maybe that's too harsh. Maybe you try to subvert people's expectations of what you're going to bring.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Do you think there's a good time for when people read one of your stories? Like there's a really good time in the day to read? Like maybe in the morning?
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh.
over breakfast, probably. No, I don't know. I mean, when does anyone read anything? I mean, most anything I publish online is going to be read like in between visits to the urinal or something, right? Like that's how people consume writing online right now. No one's printing them out. You're scrolling on your phone. So, uh, and you look at your phone like to kill time in between other stuff, right? Like you're not setting aside time to read stuff. So, I don't know. I would hope maybe for the reader's sake that if they read anything of mine, they do it in one session.
So that's why you like your writing is intended to be like read on the phone, like on the toilet.
It's not intended to be read that way, but it's
If they
practically speaking, that's how it's most likely going to be read.
if they do read your stories and they're reading it in that moment, you don't mind it.
Don't mind what if they're taking a dump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
Would you mind?
No. Because I think when you're taking a dump, your attitude it can shift. Because sometimes I'm like real heavy thinking right before a big dump.
Or before it?
Yeah, and then after like my head changes.
Yeah,
There's a big release.
I can see that. I guess
What do you
so.
if Cab were on here, what do you think he would be
You
talking
just
about?
want him to be on here. You just
No.
want him. You just want to talk to him.
I do
Be
like
honest.
I like his energy
Be
because
honest.
I don't have to
He's
say
more
much.
fun.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. We haven't talked too much recently. He's always got um some things top of mind.
But see, I could have recorded with just him the last time that we tried to set this up, and I didn't. So I
Oh,
wanted both of you guys.
I'm sorry. I
But
thought
see,
that,
if he had just come on, I would
yeah.
just be talking about you the entire time.
I guess that's, yeah. We're like a we're like a unit in your head. We're a pair.
You guys do have a lot of people's addresses
Yeah.
on the back patio account.
I guess technically.
I
Yeah.
got to see some of the messages.
What messages? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because I briefly gave you and some other people access to the back patio
And then the
account.
next day, everything went to shit.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It was the it was
Emily.
a lot of people got a lot of content out of it. Lots of podcasts were
Oh,
started and
yeah.
made and
Oh, yeah.
talked
Oh, that's
about.
true.
Yeah.
Response Pod was created.
Yeah. And there was like some gossip, New York City art gossip podcast that was pretty unlistenable, was recorded about it.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that because it wasn't from within our community.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was funny. Like he was sort of taking it very seriously and like
Yeah.
quoted or like played a snippet of Nathaniel's video about it, and so like he
hmm
clearly didn't get a lot of the he didn't really understand what was happening, and that
You
made
know,
me laugh.
I was the one who deleted the inflammatory tweet.
I know you told me that,
Oh yeah, I did tell you that.
but I'm not interested in
Okay.
like I mean I don't really care about all of it.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny. I mean stuff needs to happen every once in a while. I feel like not much has been happening.
That was a fun night.
It's
Because
kind of
I also did like live talks, and that went like
mm,
surprisingly really well.
okay.
Where I like hosted like one of those live things, and like 4 or 5 people came to it. We had a pretty good discussion.
That's cool. Through the back patio account?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, see that's my hope that it would be kind of fun. Uh and get some new blood in the posts and get people excited.
My
And
tweets suck
it was
though.
mostly there. You
My t-
were replying someone. I can't say you. Someone was using the account to reply to lots of hardcore homosexual pornography
oh
accounts,
yeah.
which I thought was very funny. That
Oh,
was very
thank you.
good. Um, and then someone did a lot of Bill Belichick jokes. That was pretty funny.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, might do it again. But because it's registered to Kevin's thing, he has to like text a code. He gets texted a code whenever someone else logs into it now. So it's like it's not as easy to hand out the password.
I think like someone was like going through and just like handing it out to like different people that
Yeah.
night.
I think it could have gone a lot worse. Like if someone were like truly malicious, I think they could have changed the password just as easily as I did and lock me out. I mean, Kevin could have recovered it, but I don't know. I think things could have gone much worse. It was fine. I mostly just the thing that upset me the most was that uh someone like started harassing, like not harassing, but like being mean to people we'd published through the Back Patio website,
Oh,
like in the response to other tweets, and that bothered me because I feel like, we try to make it a more positive and like in most ways like positive uh space, especially for people we've published, because I think it's got really good writing on the website. I don't
wait, they
want
were
to.
attacking people that had been published by Back Audio.
Yeah, like someone like replied to some tweet, and they're like sort of upset, and then the person like replied to that in a mean-spirited way, and I felt like that was sort of unnecessary.
Oh, I hope that wasn't mine.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
But that, I mean, that was the context for that
What'd they
drama.
say?
I don't even remember.
Oh, was it really mean?
No, it was just kind of mean. It was just kind of
It was like, fuck you.
I don't know. It was just
Okay.
kind of catty or something.
Catty.
I just
Okay.
didn't like the energy.
Can I host another Back Patio live stream?
Like through the Twitter function.
Yeah.
Maybe we can work it out. Just do it
Okay.
through your thing. You have a pretty big
I
platform.
I don't want to do it through mine.
People are listening all over the world right now.
I tried to host a live reading. That went fucking terrible because I tried
Really?
to host it through because I had the one of those blue X things. I tried to host a like live reading where you could see the video,
Mm.
and it's just like I couldn't figure out how to get the other people's videos on the one video, and it's like a lot more complicated than you would ever think. Like Jesus fucking Christ, it's not very easily streamlined. It's pretty complicated, and like I could not figure it out, and it was terrible. But it was fun too. I like a good clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, yeah. I think you need to if you can get that sweet spot right on the edge between everything going off the rails and things being too safe. I think that's where you want to be.
Has Cav told you anything about his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. About what? Like what? He's pretty open. I don't think he would mind.
I don't want to.
Why not?
I don't want to talk about people's private lives.
He's very open, and if he were on
Well,
here,
then you can
know,
ask him.
He's not gonna care.
I care.
Oh, you care. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Does it make you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about Sebastian's girlfriend?
Not as much as I know about Kevin's girlfriend.
Oh. Wait, does he talk a lot about his girlfriend?
I mean, he's like we talk, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I know some stuff. Like I know what she looks like. I know her job.
I mean,
don't know.
I saw your guys' DMs about like that patio and the business side, and it's pretty fucking boring. They're not like it wasn't very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's all an act.
What do you mean it's all in act?
It's a bunch of mock bravado. We're just some normal dudes. I mean, especially on the back patio DMs, it's you saw it, most of them are just people
Yeah.
asking if we're open for submissions.
Yep, and then they were like asking. Well, a lot of them were like asking if they could like buy a book if they're having trouble, and then you would like offer them to like send it to them for free.
Yeah, I've given out lots of books.
Oh yeah, that was a majority of like DMs where you were giving away. Like you're very nice. You're like giving away stuff.
Thanks.
You're very
I
generous.
appreciate that.
No problem. Have you read Sebastian's book?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I read it recently. I mean, it just came out, but yeah, I read it recently. Yeah, I read it over the course of a couple days,
What do you think
and
of the end?
I liked it. It
What do you mean
was.
you liked it? They completely. When I was okay, I liked
I
it
think it's a good book.
afterwards. I liked it afterwards, but while I was reading it, when I got to the end, I hated it. I was hating every second of it. The professor was ranting. I didn't read any of that part because I was so
I
pissed
think that
off.
was one of the best parts.
I'll have to go back and read because I got was so pissed off that like the Maria is like she's not even there. But like I realized afterwards that like that's the point. But like I was still angry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I my intuition told me that as soon as uh from basically the beginning of the book, I sort of knew that he was never going to have a meaningful interaction with this Maria character through the
Well, I
rest of the
thought
book.
at least she would like be around, but like she's not even like there.
I think that made that so much funnier. Not so she
Yeah,
wasn't there, but also none of the other people were there. Like the whole thing is great. It's a great setup. It's
it's
really
like
fun.
yeah, it's awesome. It's a like it's what he did was great because it's like with his stories, it's almost like this is a classic kind of romantic story of someone going and like hanging out with like a bunch of old friends, and he completely subverts that. In the end, it seems much more real than even though like it's like absurdist and kind of a satire on life, but like it's so much more real. Like in the end,
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of I think that's what makes it work so well. It's you. I think it's one thing to write a bunch of silly nonsense,
hmm
but I think yeah, obviously the more compelling thing is when that silly nonsense is like rooted in some
sadness.
yeah, or some real human experiences that are worthy of being investigated. Like I think that's the one of the exciting things about literature is that it's more or less like constant innovation on describing a few core ideas about humanity and being human and having relationships.
That's really good. I'll probably put that at the end. Are you jealous of Sebastian?
I'm jealous of his fashion
Yeah, I know he's really
and
fashionable.
his. I think he's a good-looking boy. Um,
You don't think you're good looking?
I could take it or leave it.
I think if you shaved your beard and just had the giant mustache,
I wouldn't like that personally.
and you had a cowboy hat,
Are you into mustaches?
no, but I think the ladies would like it.
Maybe. Uh, yeah. No, I'm not jealous of Sebastian. I think he's. I mean, in some ways, I mean, I don't know. I think he's a very talented writer. I'm
Yeah, and he's
jealous
like,
of his ability to read as much as he does.
oh
Uh,
yeah, he reads a
but
lot.
I mean, I think jealousy and envy require, or one of the two requires like not being satisfied with your own lot. And
hmm
I think if your question is like, am I jealous of his writing abilities or his success in the writing world in terms of publishing, I'm not jealous of those. I'm happy for him.
What about
I we do different things. We're on different paths.
what about Graham Irvin?
Am I jealous of him?
Do you think he's jealous of Sebastian?
No.
Okay. What about Troy
I
James Weaver?
I don't. I try not to associate with people who make jealousy and envy like a core operating principle in their writing life.
How can you tell if they do or do not?
I think you can tell.
Like oh yeah yeah that makes sense. There's that one guy on Twitter that like he like goes after you and like Cav and like he was going after like Kyle Seibel like for the cover of his book. It was like very strange.
There's one.
That
I
one
think
guy, yeah.
there's a lot. This was my shitty attempt at a joke. Uh, but no, I think no, I'm not. I think it. I think it's embarrassing to be jealous or envious of people in the art world doing art. I think you can
Is there any like a good way to go about it? Like, what if you don't want to? What if you're jealous, but you don't want to be jealous, and it like kind of irritates you?
Just gotta get over it.
Yeah. How do you get over it?
I don't know.
Do you
I
think
mean,
talking about it?
yeah, maybe. I mean, sure, you could talk about it. I think you can work through it. I think it's important to figure out what you want, right? It's easy to feel jealous of someone because, like, I think a lot of people want, they envision some career for themselves, publishing books and getting paid a lot of money to do it. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about the amount of money to be made or to get that there's floating around. Um, and so I guess it's one thing to be like jealous of, like, oh, I have more passion than that person, I have more talent than that person, but they're getting better opportunities than me. And I think that's where a lot of jealousy comes from. Uh, but I think if you think about, like, practically speaking, like, what are those things? Like, what is the material benefit these people are getting that you're not getting? Like, it's kind of depressing to consider being jealous of that. And like, and then think holistically. Like, when you ask me if I'm jealous of Sebastian, like, I think of Sebastian as a person, like a three-dimensional person who lives in the world, and he has like more to his life than his writing. And I think, like, and so that makes him a human person, and I'm a human person, and so like we all struggle with different things, and we all have succeeded in different ways and failed in different ways. Like, so I think you have to think about every every person that way. You have to think of people as people. On the internet, it's easy to think that they're not people. I think that's part of the problem because you don't get that holistic view. You don't even like see a video of them. You don't talk to them directly. They're just like a picture on the social media account and like a couple tweets or whatever. And yeah, I think that fuels a lot of negative emotions.
What questions do I have to ask to get you to answer like something like that again?
I don't know. I'll
Because sometimes you answer like real succinct, very direct, and then once or twice there'll be a build up,
yeah.
and then you'll have this beautiful soliloquy of like words
All right, tell you what,
with great meaning.
I will try to hit a minimum word count for you on the rest of the questions of the night.
Okay. Well, like don't make it inauthentic though. Like so, do you think Sebastian's IBS like has led him to being a good writer?
Uh, yeah, I do. And I'll tell you why. Because I remember this really affected me. I bought a copy of some Thomas Bernhard book, and in it was it might have been On the Mountain. It's a weird book by him. It's like not a normal novel. It's sort of like a novel, like a book-length poem. Do you know this one, On the Mountain?
No.
It's not. It's interestingly written. I don't know if I've read the whole thing, but it came with this really interesting translator's note in the introduction, which I typically don't read, but I did read this one. And they basically spend like 3 pages outlining just how completely horrible Thomas Bernhard's life was. Like, like when he was like a baby, he had to like live on a ship in a hammock, and it's like poisoned air from a kerosene lamp, and he had to work as a janitor when he was 12, and he lived in a closet and all the shit. Uh, uh, so sort of in a classic Thomas Bernhardian fashion, like you can imagine a character from one of his books either having that same background or having to go through that experience or describing someone else who did in a way that makes it kind of funny, like there's really dark humor. So uh, I'm sure there are people who say that part of why he was successful as an artist, maybe not successful like monetarily or famous or whatever, but I think he's a successful artist is because of some level of suffering that humanized him and humanized the world around him and made him appreciate things and gave him motivation in some sense to explore that pain through art. I don't know. So in the same way, maybe Sebastian's irritable bowels give him, a cross to bear that makes him stronger. But I
What
can't
if
relate because my bowels are fine.
what if he enjoys it though?
Enjoys what? IBS?
Yeah.
He might. He might be a freak like that. I don't know. I've never met him in person. I've only talked to him on the
You've
internet.
never met him in person?
No.
Oh.
I'd like to.
Have you guys had a conversation?
Like on the phone?
Yeah.
No. But we've emailed and we've talked in Twitter direct messages. We're in a group chat together. That's not as
Hmm.
active right now, but I feel like we have a good relationship.
So I need to get you guys two together.
That'd be fun. I like him.
Unless it's like just like earlier, where it's just like very short and succinct answers, questions.
Yeah. If we were to do a show together, I would have to coordinate with him beforehand where we'd both do a bit. I would commit to it much more heavily than I did earlier. And it'd be really miserable for you and everyone else.
That'd be hilarious, though.
I
What
think
do
it'd
you?
be good. I think it'd be fun.
Now, did you get paid to do the UFO poems?
Oh, a little bit. Yeah,
I thought that was a joke when you first said it.
I know you did. But no, it was real.
It was hard to believe because like you've never been interested in it, you've never written about it. Then all of a sudden you're writing about UFOs for a college academic space with like professors and stuff. So it's very hard to believe.
Yeah,
And I also know you do bits, so I thought
yeah,
it was a bit.
exactly. That's why I posted about it the way I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that made me laugh.
Was it still a bit though, in a way? Are you glad that it looked so much like a bit?
Yeah, yeah, I'm glad. But it was also not a bit. It was also a very good
Yeah.
experience. It was nice. I got
So
to
how did they
read.
contact you? Like, did you write the poems first and then they contacted you?
No, this is just a person I know from my normal life who organizes these things. He does a lot of music and science crossover events,
Mm-hmm.
and he asked me to participate.
Because he knew you were a poet.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Zac Smith would write great UFO poems. Now, when he first contacts you, are you like, do you doubt yourself, or do you go, oh, I'm a poet, so I can write about anything, and I'm gonna do really good at this?
Well, so to be honest, so he's a composer for new
Mm-hmm.
music, for like orchestras and stuff. And he's been doing this series for a while. But we're also like just friends. Like we both have families and our families hang out. So during like the academic year, I see him and his family like once a week or more. Um, so we're pretty close. And we talk about art and making art and like
Mm-hmm.
art as a career. Because we're on different paths and we have different perspectives on things. Like he's actively working on making composing his life, like his income, which is really impressive. And I think he's been really successful doing that. And I don't view writing as a source of income. So I think in some way we kind of confound each other in a fun way. But so yeah, we just know each other. And when he first brought it up, I was skeptical, and I didn't think it'd be fitting because of the kind of poems I do. So I know he does very like serious compositions, and this for like a serious lecture series. And most of my poetry is ironic and detached and whatever. But yeah, we talked about it, and he convinced me to go for it. So yeah, I wrote them for the events. I wrote originally like a batch of maybe 6, then read them to him and shared them with him, and he picked 3. And then I enjoyed the experience. I continued writing some more. So 3 were selected for the performance, and the rest I put on the internet.
I like the site though, like it was like disappearing as you read it, or like it went down and like it became like
Got darker.
space.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
going into space. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
so that's
really
another
cool.
excuse for me to work on making a little web page, which I enjoy doing sometimes.
Now, did you code it yourself?
Yeah,
You did?
I did. It's not
Did you
that
make your website? I thought that Crow guy made it.
hard. He helped. So what I did for the current version of my website, I used a typewriter and I scanned in what I wrote as an image, and then I used a free tool online to create what's called an image map. where the parts of the image become links, and then Crow did some advanced Googling for me to make it render properly on a cell phone instead of just a computer.
Have you ever hired an escort?
No.
Okay.
Have you?
So Unity reached out to you.
Have you ever paid for sex?
No, not yet.
Would you?
No,
Might you?
not yet.
Not yet.
I don't know. I don't know the circumstances of my life.
Yeah, what would compel you to want to hire an escort?
I don't know. What about you?
I have no reason to hire an escort.
That would make a good story. I should work on that.
People like to do that
Yeah.
to writers. They like to say, you should write about that.
Really?
Yeah,
About escorts?
about anything.
I feel like if there were escorts down the street, I might. If they were like high
Wouldn't that
end and
make it worse?
closer.
They would
If there was like one next door, I'd probably. I think it's the proximity.
You just
Really.
don't want to drive into the city.
Well, like Tulsa or Oklahoma City, like there's really, you know.
So you don't have like an aversion to the idea of paying for sex, but you have an aversion.
$2. I mean, yeah, let's go for it.
$2.
Yeah.
Is that how much sex costs?
I mean, I don't have that much money, man.
Is that how much you would pay?
I can't be paying high-end amounts.
Yeah, I feel like that's, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, I can't, because I don't know anything about it. I don't think I know anyone who does. But my sense is that getting into escorts is almost like a fetish more than.
Oh, for real? You think it's a fetish? That's
I
interesting.
sort of
I've
have
never
to
thought
feel
about
that
that.
way.
I've never thought about
Because
that.
I feel like if you're, I don't know, I feel like, or maybe it's for really fucked up people.
What's your fetish?
I'm perfect. I don't
Like
have any.
acrylic nails and effeminate Jewish gay men.
But do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like finding someone to have sex with, like, isn't the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah, true.
So if you're, I don't know. Maybe we'll get some hate mail about it, but it just seems like there's got to be some other motivation to it, some sort of sense of power, or the sense of doing something like illegal or something.
Taboo.
Yeah, taboo. I don't think it's necessarily about just trying to have some sex with someone, because if you're like that desperate, I feel like there are other
Avenues.
avenues, yeah. But I don't know. I'm not out on the prowl. I don't know how things have gone. Maybe they're bad out there.
What's your opinion on porn? Because there's this whole movement nowadays. Oh, porn's evil. How do you feel?
I don't know. There's
Okay.
always been porn. I think.
That's true.
I mean, I think it's like with a lot of things now. I guess the ways lots of things become easier or more potent over time with technological advancement, and other things become more difficult. So in 2025, for a variety of reasons, it is more difficult to loiter around outside all day. Like, there are more anti-loitering laws, there are fewer public spaces, in America at least, to accommodate people, there are fewer public events, but it's easier to access hardcore pornography on your cell phone.
Yeah, like in some states, like Oklahoma's banned, or not some banned, but like you got to put your age and your something else. There's a lot of websites you can access. Now, would you be a sex worker if you could be one?
If I could?
Yeah.
I mean, can't anyone be a sex worker?
Well, if you had you gotta have a certain body, you got a certain look.
You don't think I could pull him in right now?
No, I don't. Maybe.
Kind of hurting my feelings there, Tyler.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You think I'm so ugly that I couldn't get people to pay me to have sex with them?
Sure, you could.
Oh,
would you?
Now you're just trying to be nice.
Are you going to go into that profession?
No.
I said, well, I brought it up because I think you could probably go. You could be a pimp. You could pimp out Cav and like back patio escort service.
Yeah. I was talking to another writer at some point a couple of years ago now, we were talking about a third writer who was down on his luck. And the person I was talking to said over text or email that this third writer had to resort to pumping hose. And there's a typo, it's supposed to say pimping.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that meant something on its own. Like pumping hose is like the new slang for it.
Now, can we talk about Unity?
Oh, right.
Because you thought it was strange that I reached out to Unity's church, and then Unity reached out to me.
I mean, I do think it's kind of invasive to email someone's. So here's my read on it. I think Matthias, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think he's very nice, and I've spoken to him a few times. But we were never particularly close, but we've sent some letters back and forth. My sense is he tried to find some sense of purpose in the internet writing scene and published a book and experienced some sort of life change where he decided he no longer wanted to have that life and sort of went off the grid, went offline, started getting really actively involved in his local community and became very religious. And that to me sort of signifies not like an aversion, but like a conscious decoupling from a previous community. And I don't know. I feel like, church is a sacred place for people and it's this real life community. So I felt a little put off at the idea of emailing someone's church to say, hey, a bunch of weird internet writers who write about dicks and balls and shit on the internet, uh, want to say hello to this person who chose to leave that community. Does that make
Well,
sense?
I didn't put it that way. I just like, well, because like, if you read his book, like, it's kind of a parallel to like what was going on, what he does in the book, and like, I don't want to be like part of like a forum or community that like doesn't appreciate what he's done and like will continue to do.
That makes sense. No, I think you were coming from a good place.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
want
accusing you of malintent.
I just want to stay good friends with him.
Yeah, that's
because he felt like a unicorn in a passing comment that like.
I like that. That's a good metaphor. Good simile. No, yeah, I think it's very nice. But again,
I understand like if you were like communicating with him, and then someone else is like contacting. I could see like from your perspective how like you wouldn't agree.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm glad that he reached out to you and seems cool to everything.
And if like he weren't so into the community itself, if it wasn't like a new part of him, like I wouldn't have done that. But it's like he's already reading out of the Bible like in front of people and stuff. Apparently, so I looked at the newsletters. But
yeah, I mean, he's doing something else. Yeah.
What did you think of his stories? His writing.
Yeah, I remember reading a few. I liked some more than others. I never got a chance to pick up this book. I'm waiting. I've been sitting on wanting to get a bunch of short flight, long drive books. I haven't gotten those yet.
Oh, for real? That's weird.
Yeah, I want to. I think, yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe Elizabeth Ellen was like sitting on them and like won't send them to you.
Oh, no, I just haven't ordered them.
Oh.
I just felt at the time when I wanted to get most of them is when I wanted to be more conscious of how I spent my money. And I felt like at the time they were kind of expensive. And
yeah, books are fucking expensive.
Yeah, they're getting more expensive too. So
yeah.
But no, I should buy them. I should buy that one. But no, I think I don't know. I think he's a good writer. I don't know how Elizabeth Ellen is as an editor for the book, but I think he's someone who would have like reading the stuff he'd publish online. I thought like this would be really great with like some extra editing and like thought put into organization and stuff like that.
Yeah, the book he'll end a chapter and start. I don't want to say preaching, but sharing opinions, I guess, and like in a very straightforward way that his stories did not have.
I see. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm curious. I should pick it up.
It's a very good book, I think.
I believe it.
Do you know Elizabeth Ellen like won't talk to him now? Because I guess he won't like promote the book or whatever. But like,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. Again, I never talked to him about
I
publishing
don't
stuff.
think it should be that extreme. Like he totally changed his life and like has this new belief. I don't think it's like that big of a deal that you would have to like stop completely talking to someone.
I know, but I think she also has a semi-public history of uh, relationships with other writers that don't end super well. And I'm my read is that there's probably a reason for that pattern.
What do you think? You know the El Nash stuff?
Yeah, they had a falling out probably too, right?
Yeah, because El Nash didn't like acknowledge her in the acknowledgments, and she kind of flipped out about that.
Of what? In which
Of
book?
like,
In the book that, because Elizabeth Ellen published one of her books, is that right?
yeah, they're like best friends. And
Did she
like
not acknowledge her
El
in
Nash,
the book that she published?
El Nash saw Elizabeth Ellen like as a mentor.
I don't
Like
know.
that was like
Have you
acknowledged.
interviewed Elle? You should have Elle on your show.
Yeah, I should. I bet I haven't read. I haven't
think
read
she
her
likes
latest.
me, so I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know her that well, so I don't have
maybe
too
why I
much to
brought
say
that.
about.
Maybe why I brought that up.
I don't know.
There's so many authors that like don't like other authors, and like I can't even like know about that.
Again, I think there's a lot of. I think it's a lot of crabs in a bucket.
Can I bring up a name that maybe you may or may not have had beef with?
I don't have a beef with anybody.
Cat.
Who?
Giordano. Cat.
Okay.
You guys get along?
I guess not, but we've talked. We used to get along more, and then I think Kat voiced displeasure with me publishing with Muumuu House. And by then I'd sort of grown wary of Kat's online presence. And I think we just sort of had I don't know, we just didn't talk.
Was Kat more soapboxy back then?
I don't know.
What do you mean online presence?
I don't know. Just like their tweets and stuff.
Well, because sometimes people back in the day, I don't know what year it was, like 2017, 2018, 2019, people would like voice their displeasure for like Tao Lin, Elizabeth Ellen. If you even associated with them in any sort of way, you would be blocked.
Yeah, people got pretty riled up.
But now I think that's gone away. I think now people care less.
Yeah, I think people are chilling out a little bit. I mean, I'm trying to even remember. I felt like, I just had less interest in like caring about what some people like just chose to talk about. Like it doesn't even feel particularly personal to me. I just we just have different interests and different communication styles, and there's like, and I think it's part of the problem too. The internet, like, there's all 8 billion people in the world are basically on the internet right now. So if there's like one thing you don't like about somebody, then it feels easy to make that person more disposable in your life.
100% true. Or like if there's like a misunderstanding or miscommunication between two literary people, like now you then become enemies.
Yeah, and I don't think I have any enemies. I don't have any ill will towards Kat.
What about Josh Sherman? He hasn't been around. He has like completely disappeared.
He's pulling a Miss Unity and going into the chess world.
Oh yeah. Well, what about Will? Have you talked to Will Dura?
He emailed once or twice.
Because you sent a letter to me, and I was thinking like, did you just send a letter to me, or did you send a letter to like 24 other people?
Some people I send letters back and forth.
How many people?
Well, I wanted to send you a letter because I wanted to send you a sticker.
Yeah, I liked your sticker.
Thanks.
But I was thinking at the time that maybe you had gone off grid, and then I got paranoid. I was like, is he sending? There's no way he's just sending me a letter. Like, that's strange. And like then I thought, well, maybe you want to come on back on the pod. Maybe you're trying to signal something.
Oh, no. I just wanted to send you a picture. That was funny. Made a sticker with your face on it.
Yeah, I loved it.
No, I'm trying to think. I think at one point I sent a book to Matthias, and he mailed me. Actually, it's very sweet. So I'd sent him a book. Either he bought it or I just wanted him to have it. And I included some stickers with it. And he had sent back a letter with the stickers, but like cut up and sort of collage in a creative way. So like he modified one of them to say like I love literature in a very sweet, positive way, as opposed to the sarcastic like I think books suck stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just sent some letters back and forth since then. And there's a couple other people I've done similar stuff with, but it's not super active.
Have you talked to Michael Washington? He's like a
Oh.
super fan.
He was one of the people I gave the back patio account access to.
Yeah.
That fun day.
And then he gave me access.
Is that how that worked? Okay.
I
Yeah.
think.
I don't remember.
Did you give me access?
I don't remember.
Mm.
I might have. But I don't know. We haven't talked, but he seems nice.
You haven't talked to him? I thought you guys sent him a bunch of stuff.
I mean, I sent him some books.
Oh. Because like I did the episode with him, and then I got a message from Back Patio, and they're like, "Who do you get to contact this guy?"
Oh yeah, I liked that episode. I liked him. I liked hearing him talk, and I thought he sounded nice, and I felt like sending him some books.
Would you be in his dick chat?
I don't know what that is.
He has, well, maybe that's in part 2. He has a group chat on like Instagram, and they just like post their dicks in the chat.
I don't think I would do that. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But there's sort of like the escort thing. It's kind of like enticing a little bit. I'm like, that's very taboo.
So you are, yeah. So
I'm drawn towards the idea, but I wouldn't actually go to touch it.
Okay. Would you just look at all the dicks?
I might create a fake account and then try to get into it. And then post other pictures of dicks.
I noticed that you like to use your podcast to talk, like to get people's opinions about other people.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because we're a community. And I noticed in other podcasts, they just talk about the one person, but they never talk about their friends. They don't talk about the community or like the culture at all. So I like to bring up other people when I'm talking to one person.
Okay. I like that. Makes sense.
And people like to be brought up and talked about.
Yeah. I might be remembering, but I feel like most often whenever I'm brought up on a podcast, it's in the context of someone calling me an asshole.
On here?
I think so.
Oh, who's called you an asshole?
Well, no, I remember at some point you had someone on and they said, I think you brought me up and they said, say what you will about him, something, something, something. And I thought that was really funny. I have some sort of bad vibe that people don't like.
Maybe it was Sebastian.
I don't think it was Sebastian.
It might have been Derek, maybe?
I don't know.
No, because Derek and you get along.
Yeah.
But the Respawn people hate him. And I don't know why. Derek's very nice.
I think he's nice. I think he's engaged with people online in a certain way that has alienated people. But that's true for a lot of people.
Have you ever met August Smith?
No.
Okay. What about Paul Hansen Clark?
No.
No. What about Theo?
No.
What about... There's one guy from that group that you've met. He made like the hot dog poems, or like root beer float poems from...
Lewis Packard?
Yes.
I haven't met him. I mean, I like him, but I haven't met him.
Have you published him?
I think we put some of his poems on Back Patio. And he's nice. I've talked to him briefly on Twitter. He sent me a keychain, and I sent him something.
He thinks you're dope.
Nice. I think he's dope too. I remember reading his book Mead Mania, Frowny Face, when it came out a few years ago. I liked it a lot, and I also enjoyed Root Beer Renaissance. I think he's a good writer.
I think you guys agreed along. Now, when you say you haven't met someone, because you haven't met Sebastian.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. What do you mean by met? Like I've talked to like a lot of people on the internet. In terms of who I've like physically hung out with, it's like
Like I've never met you, but we've like
I
had
guess
conversations.
that's fair. Yeah. I guess there's different levels to it. I've talked with Lewis Packard a few times on the internet, and I think he's nice. And I like
Would you
his
say
writing.
you're friendly?
Yeah, yeah. But we don't like there's some people in the community that I'm in like group chats with where we're more active. Like there's some people I basically text every day, and some people I text like a couple times a week. And some people I have email correspondences with where we message like once a week or once every few weeks. And I don't know.
So do you have like a writing schedule now? Like you write
No.
every night?
No, I wish I did, but I don't. There's just too many things to fit in my life. So I
Oh,
try to just take it when I can.
I thought the last time we scheduled a podcast, I thought I had scheduled during a writing session.
I can see why you'd say that, but no, I should be more clear. No, my wife had been traveling for a few days, and I forgot that I had agreed to do the podcast basically like the first night that she'd be like fully back, and so I wanted just to hang out with her instead. But then what we ended up doing for part of the night was working on our separate projects, so I did some
Okay.
writing. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Do you have to plan that out with your wife? Do you like discuss it with her?
What?
Like you're like, oh, she's coming home, and then you want to hang out with her, but then like she gets home and like you guys decide to work on your own stuff, or is it like a vibe that you feel?
Yeah, it's like a vibe. She does a lot
Okay.
of sewing. She makes a lot of clothes from scratch. So we'll hang out in this room, and I'll write, and she'll sew, and we'll talk, we'll chat. It's nice. And
The,
then we've
the
also been trying to schedule like stuff to do each night of the week. So we'll be like, this is the night we'll watch a movie together. This is the night we'll watch one episode of a TV show. This is the night when we'll go to bed early and read. This is the night when we'll work on learning how to draw together. Stuff like that.
what are you watching with her, TV show wise?
Uh, we are on the fourth episode of this German show called Dark. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's okay. It's it's sort of
Is
like
it bad?
I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great, at least so far.
When you're writing and she's in there, do you have a different energy than when you're alone?
I guess so. Yeah,
Okay. Does it like strengthen you and embolden you?
it feels nice. Is that like my wife? I like hanging out
Okay.
with her. Yeah.
Do you think you get like different voices that come to you?
Mm, no,
Okay.
no. I usually, uh, no, I usually have some idea that percolates in my head, and then either so then I guess there's like different like things I could be doing while I'm writing. So sometimes it's just like copy editing,
Mhm.
or sometimes it's just like getting words down to edit later, and sometimes it's like uh I don't know, trying to like work towards a like compile things in a sequence differently.
When you're writing, like the beef story is like a dramatic monologue. Do
Hmm.
you just sit down and you write it out and it all comes out in one?
It usually takes I mean, no, I do a lot of um like exploratory writing. So like I'll have some idea of some key idea that usually starts out that like sort of kicks off the idea of the story. And then oftentimes I'll write like especially these monologue stories I've been doing, I'll start sort of from a natural starting point and then get there. And then in that process I'll sort of like be autonomously writing some of the stuff to fill in the gaps. And in those moments I'll think of different places to take it. Um, and then draft it out that way, and then work on refining it like over any number of editing sessions. So sometimes they can change out a lot. Only every once in a while will I sort of like put in a placeholder, which I don't like doing because it feels like I'm trying to deal with that now. Like there are things I know I sort of how I want them to go, but I've written everything like around that section. And then when I come back to that like bracketed area that says like put this thing here, I'm like I don't want to fucking do that. So I think that's like my own uh, instinct telling me to do something else. So I think that's sort of why I struggle with like the idea of putting together a novel or a really long form thing. Is because so much of it has to be this sort of grudging, necessary connective tissue that I don't have too much interest writing.
And what if you did something that was like a collection of shorts, but then like they're all secretly connected, but you don't tell that to anyone?
Yeah, I tried that a little bit, but it still felt pretty contrived.
Oh, for real?
Because it still, in a sense, required, or at least I felt when I was working on it, like there were some things that I felt I needed to flesh out, and I didn't feel as excited about those, and so I think the project is suffering from that.
No, do you have a draft of it?
Kinda, but it doesn't really make any sense.
Oh, okay.
So I've been working on repurposing a lot of that stuff. So I'm trying to work on another long form thing that, yeah, I guess is sort of more just interconnected, like shorter stories. But I'm just letting each one sort of work how I want each one to work, and then just sort of hope that it has that I can fit it together in a way that has a larger flow.
Have you read Lost in the Funhouse by Roland Barthes?
No, I've read a number of his 99 stories?
Or maybe it's John Barthes. I don't know.
That sounds right. Donald Bartholomew wrote
Yeah.
something. I've read some of his short stories. But I've read a lot of books by his less popular brother, Frederick Bartholomew.
But who's that guy?
Frederick Bartholomew is an American novelist, essayist, and short story writer who edits New World Writing, which used to be the Mississippi Review. And he has a number of books, including the novels Two Against One, Tracer, Bob the Gambler. I forget the rest of them. He's got
Have you
a few
read
story collections.
the guy like Luis Borges or something?
Yeah, I've not.
He's like 7 lectures, 7 nights.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the name, but I haven't read anything by him.
Have you read David Foster Wallace?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you think of him?
I liked him.
You were in post pop.
What?
You were in post pop.
I was. Yes,
Okay.
Wallace asked me to contribute something. We talked about the idea of post-bop as he was trying to like spin it up.
What's your definition of it?
I mean, his definition is what comes after pop. And so
Yeah, but what do you feel?
I think it's an interesting question. I think it's an interesting question in terms of philosophy and art and literary criticism. So I know it's kind of contentious. I know a lot of people have opinions on what he's ended up publishing, but I took the prompt in a really specific like direction where I imagine sort of like a distant future humanity and what art might be appealing to them.
Do you think the magazine has achieved post-popism?
No?
Do you think Sebastian is alt-lit?
Yes.
Yes?
I don't know. I don't know.
How so?
We've had the first time you had me on the show, you asked me
I did?
if I considered myself alt lit, I think.
Oh. Yeah, and then you said you were...
I had a whole monologue about how it's a particular time and place with certain stylistic affectations, and I don't think he falls into that, no.
Okay. But he's in the Shabby Doll House, and it was published by Shabby Doll House, which is fairly alt-lit.
Yeah, but so were a lot of people. And there's a lot of, I mean, I don't know. People have their own definitions of it. I don't know. I mean, so I guess like for me, when I think of alt lit, like I recently read Alone with Other People by Gabby Bess. Have you read that one?
Oh, yeah, that's really good. I really like that.
Yeah, that came out in 2013,
You just
2012.
read that? That's cool.
I did. I bought a used copy of it, and I enjoyed it.
You never read it before?
No.
Okay.
But I would consider that alt lit because it especially in the stories. I mean, less so in the poem portions because it's a mix of short story and poetry. In the story portions, it very much just has a lot of what I would consider all affectations, right? It's got a lot of Taolin inspired style. It's got the uh, the tone of voice. It's got the affected sort of objective minimalism. It even has some of the like lexical quirks. Like I think at one point she says consume caffeine or ingest caffeine, right? Like that's and so stuff like that, to my mind, is what constitutes the genre of alt lit. In the same way that uh, Ozzy Osbourne just died, right?
Yeah,
And Black Sabbath,
it's kind of random.
well, Black Sabbath basically invented a really prolific genre of heavy metal, where they played these blues-inspired riffs on a fuzzy, distorted guitar with like a grooving bass line, right? And that became the center of a lot of still contemporary, popular, robust genres of music, like doom metal and stoner metal, all this stuff. They basically all, like an Electric Wizard's Dope Throne, like the Dope Throne riff is basically the Iron Man riff, like it's just Black Sabbath worship. So to me, like that's how you define, like to anyone, like that's how you define a musical genre, right? Like there's sonic characteristics, there's approaches to making the music that are shared. The problem is a lot of people feel like you can get derivative work doing that. So a lot of people like to decry the state of shoegaze music right now because it all sounds the same, or it doesn't sound anything like, or people are misusing the term and applying it to something that doesn't like fit the sonic characteristics of what My Bloody Valentine is recording in 1991. So I think the same thing applies here to a writing movement, to alt-lit. So to me, alt-lit is a stylistic genre that a number of people have participated in, and people could now reference in their writing by using the stylistic quirks. But it would be something different. So in that sense, no, I don't think Sebastian is alt-lit because I don't think he writes with these mannerisms. I don't think he has an interest in exploring the aesthetics of alt-lit. But I think your question is grounded in the fact that he is a writer who's been around for 15 years and would post on HTML Giant's comment section and has been published in magazines and by presses that have published other alt-lit figures, right?
Yeah.
So I understand why you're asking the question, but I don't think he's alt-lit in how
Are
I
you
think of
are
it.
you saying that Gabby Bass is like Ozzy Osbourne?
I'd say Taolin is like
Oh.
is like Ozzy. Is like
Do you
Black.
want to?
I think Taolin is the Black Sabbath.
Oh. Do you want to see Gabby Bass return and write again?
I mean, sure. I've only
Would
read
you?
one book by her. I don't know. I liked
You
it.
like it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna review it on your website?
Uh, maybe. I've read a lot of books that I forgot to write reviews for, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember everything to
You got to do the Gabby Bass. I want to
backfill it.
hear your opinions on Gabby Bass.
I liked it. I mean, I basically just tell you right now. Yeah, I think I like the stories because of how they remind me of classic alt-lit. Um, but I think in each one there's a little bit of something different and a little more experimental that I appreciate. There's one about being a camp counselor at like a summer day camp,
Oh, I need to read that.
and it's kind of funny. I didn't like the poems as much, um, but not for any like particular reason. I think they also like served their purpose pretty well. I think that's where you get different like contours to her writing that I think make it like an important inclusion. Mostly I didn't like the structure of having a split poetry and story collection. I
hmm
I didn't really like the sequencing because of that. I think she's a strong enough writer, or she was then, to like do two separate collections. And I didn't like and this is probably like a civil coping mechanisms like publishing choice, but I didn't really like I don't even section pages or like chapter pages that had like subtitle poems kind of it felt like it was doing that thing where you sort of like insert like a tweet idea
hmm
into the text, which I think is an alt-lit affectation that I don't like as much. but you saw the same thing in Guillaume Morissette's new tab. He would just have these passages and then randomly punctuate them with like tweet drafts, which I think sort of deflated a lot of the narrative energy. I think a similar thing is happening with these section pages in the Gabby Best book.
What do you think about D.T. Robbins and his writing?
And his writing. I don't know, I think
Yeah.
he's nice. I just listened to your episode with him. I
Thank
talked
you.
to him a little bit. Yeah, I've read one of his books. I've read Birds Aren't Real. Is that it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't read. I might have read his poetry collection at some point. I'm trying to remember. I don't know when I would have read that, or how I would have gotten it because I don't own it. Maybe someone sent me a PDF. I think he's nice. I think he's. I think it's good that he's around and he's putting stuff out there and helping people publish books.
Have you ever reversed outlined a story?
Reverse outline the story.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I saw Iron Birch said he does that on like Substack. Are you gonna start a Substack?
No.
Okay. Are you still gonna do your newsletter?
Yeah. I'm working on one right now. I might send it out this week.
Okay.
I'm
What do you
waiting to hear back from a place that said they would publish some poems. I don't know if they're going to come out sooner or later. And
How many
so-
have you sent out?
Well, they're a place that accepted them, and said they put them up, but I haven't heard back from them since.
Have you seen or been reading like a group of poems across the current time that stylistically are similar, but they don't have like a grouping like name, like alt lit?
Um, hmm. I don't know.
Do you think you're a post-pop writer?
No.
No.
No, I did the post-swap thing just because Wallace asked me to. I thought it was an interesting experiment. And
Now, do you know Wallace?
in the same way I know anyone else, we've talked on the internet
Okay.
a little. We've had some good conversations through Twitter DMs.
Before?
Yeah.
About what?
Just about writing and life, personal stuff. I don't know,
Is
just whatever.
is Duggan writing another book?
He is yes, he has a
I knew
collection
it.
well,
I knew it.
I mean, of course, like everyone's writing all the time. You should be writing all the time. You
Duggan
should
like he
always be
acts like
writing a book.
Duggan acts like he's drinking all the time. He's playing games. I knew he was writing a novel. I knew it.
I know that he has a collection of stories that I hardly endorse. I think they're good, and I think someone should publish them. And I have read and edited 3 chapters of a novel that he has worked on or is working on.
Fucking knew it.
And I like it too. I think someone should publish that as well.
Are you gonna publish it?
Probably not.
Is Back Patio never opening up?
I don't know. I don't really have the energy for it anymore. And
Okay.
Kevin doesn't either. Which is a shame. I enjoy a lot of it, but I also don't have a lot of the energy for it right now. I sort of, after Death Egg came out, I'm really happy about the book, and I'm glad we published it, and I thought it was really good. And I think we did a really good fucking job making a beautiful book. But sort of after that, I realized that I wanted to focus more on my own writing
Mhm.
than publishing other people's books. And part of that's because I don't want to like promise more than I can deliver, which I think happens to a lot of small press publishers. They sort of get excited about the idea of publishing people, and then they don't do their due diligence to make a good product or promote the book in a way that the author deserves. And so I've sort of would rather not put myself in a position to like face that myself.
Are you working on a collection right now?
I don't have a particular vision for a collection, but yeah, I'm trying to string together a number of stories into a cohesive unit. So
Would you and
Other
Cav ever do a joint book?
we've done some joint stuff together,
Oh.
but like we did like what would effectively be like a chapbook together, but we never published it. This is a long time ago. This is like early on in our relationship. And then a couple times we've collaborated on things. Uh, but mostly just for fun. Just like to share amongst ourselves.
What about you and Sebastian?
I mean, collaborative writing is a difficult prospect. Like, not many people do it that much.
True. Do you think
I
writing is more solitary for you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've had a lot of fun doing collaborative stuff, but like you have to be in a certain mindset, and it's sort of more like I don't know. I mean, I didn't answer your question. Like, I would enjoy writing something with Sebastian. I don't know what that would be. I don't know what it would look like. I don't know how well our approaches would jive or what the end product could look like. But like, I've really enjoyed doing collaborative writing more in like the poetry space, where it's sort of like doing an ongoing bit. So like, I've written collaborative stuff with Cavan and some other people like Mike and Drelzik and Giacomo Pope, where we effectively like we'll just riff on what the last person said and build up uh, references to previous things that people have posted and um, do like a collaborative poetry writing thing there. But it's fun when it doesn't feel tied to like a product at the end of it. It could just be the experience itself.
When you're writing your story, do you have like a certain set or an aesthetic that you have to meet of your standard?
Yeah,
Like what?
I want it to be good.
But like, do you have a criteria that you've set for yourself, like a list that you write down?
Like a
Like I
rubric.
need to have this, this, and this, and this in here.
No, no. I think if you do that, that'd be really limiting.
But what is
And
good? What? How do you define good?
mm, I think it should flow well. I try to pay a lot of attention to transitions and connecting clauses and making sure that one idea sort of logically flows to the next or has a path that makes sense. I think it's too easy to just get some ideas down and sort of fuck up the order and not have a natural sounding flow to it. Um, Avoiding repetition in word choice unless it's by design, or being able to, yeah, like you don't want things to, in a lot of ways, you don't want like the line level artifice to stick out too much to the reader.
What do you mean?
So for example, maybe this is an interesting, I don't, so there, speaking of Sebastian, and so in Fresh Green Life, he uses this word, oh, what is that fucking word? He uses some word, some really abnormal term, like that means like a derivative, like name of some like artist or something. You know, I forget the word. I'll have to check my copy of the book. But so he uses this word in some paragraph on like page 98, but then he uses the same exact word on like page 115. And that stuck out to me a lot because using it the first time has this effect on the reader because it's such an out there, unexpected word. Like it's one of those words you kind of have to stop. Like I stopped and looked it up. It's like, what the hell does this even mean? Uh, which doesn't always happen for every word they don't recognize, right? Like you can sort of figure out context clues a lot of stuff. But this one is like, and it's sort of judiciously used where you get a sense like those intended to have this effect. But then seeing it of all words in the human language, in English language, show up just a few pages later, and it didn't feel intentional in its deployment the second time, in the sense of like I'm doing a bit. But maybe he did and I missed it. I don't know. I should ask him about it. We should have him on the podcast and talk about it. But in that moment, that was a crack of artifice in the writing showing through. And that's like a really specific, stupid example, but that can happen just like sentence to sentence in any story. And it could be any word. It could be the word but. It could be the word although. It could be, whatever. Uh, or some phrasing of something. And so that kind of stuff is what I really like to edit for. And then the other criteria I hold myself to are I'd like every piece I write to do something surprising or something that I feel like is sort of new-ish on some axis. And I'm not always successful in doing that, and I fear that maybe a lot of what I do becomes predictable. So I sort of struggle with that friction. So like in this roast beef story, I wanted to include like some words that were more or less made up or strange and create an extra dimension to the character saying them in a way that feels uncommon in lots of writing that I read.
Now, when you say new, like new to you, or like new to the writing that you've written, or like new to literature?
It would be really pretentious of me to say that I'm writing something new to literature, so I'm not going to claim to do that.
Okay.
Um, so I guess the mix of the first two. Like for a while, I'd want to like when in my book of stories, a lot of my North Star was to try to like do the stupidest thing possible in the story.
Hmm.
Uh, and so that's like just one example. And so like, it's not as common for an author to like make a choice that's sort of intentionally bad in the specific way that made sense to me. Like, I think there are ways to do it that I don't like, but I tried to do it in a way that felt good.
You know, like Garth Greenwell. I don't know if that's his name, but he said like any like serious writer of fiction should be able to include a fart like in their story and be able to pull it off if they're a really good writer.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but yeah, I also think that doesn't mean you have an obligation to do that. So like I've tried to not, I tend to not include like poop in a lot of my stories,
Oh, really?
I think.
Okay.
But then, maybe it's because of that. And I was thinking about it just because I'm recently like working with an editor on a piece that's going to be in a magazine, but that does where the last word of the story is the word poop. And so now I'm like breaking that rule for myself, but in a way that feels like the story requires it.
But do you think because your stories are so short, most of the time that people are they know that something weird is going to happen in it?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I also try not to think too much about like
What
what
people
people are gonna
expect?
think. Yeah,
Yeah,
I want it to stand on
probably
its
good,
own for me. Yeah.
probably a good idea. Have there been any critics of your work that particularly disturbed you?
What do you mean disturb me?
I don't know, like any critics or like any comments that like pissed you off.
No.
Okay, like on Goodreads, you don't go on Goodreads and like look for your reviews.
I mean, I have I have
Oh,
I like getting negative reviews just as much as I like getting negative reviews
why?
because I think all great art is polarizing,
Okay.
and I think if you write something that creates a reaction in somebody, even a negative one, sort of especially a negative one, that can be a really affirming thing, right?
Do you
Like
think
you don't want to write something that everyone's going to think is just okay, because then you haven't done anything interesting.
that's true? Do you think your stories you stylistically like parallel them like with the way that you would write a song?
Mm, no. I think when I've written music, it's always much more straightforward and formulaic.
Why?
So I'm a bad musician.
No, that doesn't mean you're bad. Formula like
I don't. I think there's a difference in. I mean, there's a difference in the medium. I don't actively seek out a lot of music that's like free jazz or improvisational or like long ambient stuff or whatever. I know a lot of people do.
Sebastian's music.
I mean, he's been doing a lot of like funky, soulful, like whatever house stuff.
But I mean, that's kind of like in that area.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there are people who listen to like harsh noise or like progressive rock from the 70s or
Hmm.
whatever. I don't know. But for like a lot of music that speaks to me is fits within the pop canon. But
You're a
like
pop guy.
I mean, yeah, like rock music is just pop music. Like it's just It's like the popular song structure, the verse, chorus, verse. It's predictable instrumentation.
So do you think classic rock is pop?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in the context of like versus jazz and classical, like that level of thinking of it.
Well, maybe back in the day, when it was big, it would have been pop.
No, not
No?
really. No, because
Oh,
I think pop is, in terms of music, it's an approach to structure and instrumentation. Like, I mean, jazz, like when jazz first started, like that was at the same time you had like Tin Pan Alley, like sing along shit for the piano at home and
oh, true.
like so um and like jazz. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of different types of jazz, right? But like the structure of like a John Coltrane song from his like peak era is not the same as like a Motown pop song
That's true.
structure. And even then, like that's changed. Like popular music, um, like in the 50s or whatever, had more of like an AAB song structure.
Hmm.
But then we moved to like this ABAB chorus verse structure, and now we're moving into sort of like everything is just like a hook, different structure. So these things like change over time. But yeah, I would consider just like the music I listen to is technically pop music because it's just like predictable instrumentation playing predictable song structures of songs that are between like 2 and 10 minutes, and there's not a lot of intentional dissonance or harsh noise or whatever. But I also appreciate a lot of that stuff too.
Do you like Sabrina Carpenter?
Uh, I confuse her with Chapel Rowan.
No.
I don't like Sabrina Carpenter as much, no.
Do you like Taylor Swift?
Not particularly. But I
Oh,
think Shake It Off is a good song.
thank you. Who do you like? Who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite?
Who's your pop? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think of it
Well,
in terms of favorites.
you said you like to listen to it.
I mean, yeah, I mean I listen
Who do you
to
listen to it most regularly?
I'm always trying to find new music to
Okay, who
listen
have you
to.
listened to in the past like few weeks?
Um, Let me pull up my Spotify. I'll tell you what I've been listening to.
Oh yeah, you start jams, or you used to.
Oh, I used to, yeah. Let's see. This week I've listened to the new Alex G record, Headlights, which I mostly like. I don't know if I like it as much as the one that came out before, but it's pretty good. I've been listening to the band Parquet Courts, in particular their EP Tally All the Things That You Broke. There's a good song on it where the guy's basically rapping, which I think is funny. I listened to the radio recently, like the local independent radio station. They played a song that I liked, and I looked up the artist, and it turned out the artist was the kid from Stranger Things.
Oh,
He has a solo bedroom rock project.
wait, which one?
His name is Finn Wolfhard.
Oh,
So I recommend his album Happy Birthday. I think it's got some good songs on it. Uh, I was going back and listening to the band Passion Pit recently. I don't know if you remember them. And Fu Manchu, sort of like a stoner rock band. So I don't know, like rock music.
were you a stoner?
No,
Oh, okay. Have you done any hard drugs?
no,
Oh, you haven't done cocaine?
no,
No? All right.
no. Have you?
No, never.
Why
I
not?
was never presented with a situation. I
Do you
feel like
want do
if
you
I had
want to
lived
do it?
if I had lived in New York and it was an alt lit party,
Mm.
I might have just to fit in.
Is that
But
important to
no.
you to fit in?
Back in the day, it probably would have been, yeah.
Mm. Hmm.
Now, not so much. Because I feel like, where's the in? If I could find it, then maybe.
Where's what?
Where's the in to fit in? It's all scattered.
Right, you gotta be yourself. Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
What
Why are we
about
talking about
you?
music? I don't remember what we're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Where do you like Jelly Roll?
No.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know you like wrestling. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about wrestling. I
Cool.
remember I enjoyed it when the guy started doing the suck it motion because then kids at school would do it and it pissed off all the teachers. I thought that
Yeah.
was funny. I liked when he did that.
If you had a novel, do you think you would like put the pages on your wall?
Kurt Vonnegut did that, right?
Yeah, a lot of people do that to like section
Yeah.
it off and see it.
Well, yeah, I know he sort of famously had something where he's like, I print out all the pages and I tape them like on the bottom of the wall, and then he would edit them, and as they got better, he'd move them up the wall, and then when all the pages are on the top, that's when I knew the book was good. I remember reading that somewhere, but maybe it's apocryphal. I
Would
don't
you get
know.
a typewriter?
I have a typewriter.
You have a typewriter? What kind?
I use it. It is a Smith Corona.
Is that a good one type?
I don't know. It's fine. I got it from Craigslist for $35. I gave it to my kid
Oh,
for Christmas a couple years
nice.
ago, but I mostly use it.
Do you think printers are annoying?
Yeah. So my wife has to print a lot um, for her work and also for her sewing. She prints out lots of patterns to sew from. And our old printer died, so recently she got a new one, like a fancy, like a I don't know, like a new, like seemingly expensive, functional one that would do everything. And we got it, we plugged it in, and we realized that it didn't have front and back printing capabilities,
Oh my God.
so we returned it. I got a version of it that does do that.
What do you mean it doesn't have front? Like you can't.
Yeah, I know that we were so pissed off.
The fuck? And then like
Yeah.
the new ones, you have to have a subscription and shit.
Yeah, thankfully this one you don't. It's some sort of yeah, thankfully you don't need to do that.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, I think I think they're bad. I think
You
the
think they
printing.
would have like advanced the technology and printing technology so it doesn't be so fucking loud and yell at you when you run out of paper? You know?
Yeah. I think it's one of the cases where all the technological advancements go toward capturing the customer and milking them dry instead of delivering a better product.
Yeah. It's just the same shit.
Yeah, I remember doing some research on it. A lot of people recommend just like getting a laser printer that just does black and white. Uh, that doesn't use ink and stuff like that, but then you can't do color printing.
Have you ever put out an LP?
No, I was in a band and we put out an EP on a cassette tape.
Oh, cool. Would you ever
But
put out stories on a cassette tape?
no, I wanted to record an audio book version of my book, but I thought it would be cool to have like Hello America cassette tapes put it out, but I never recorded it.
I think you and Cav should do like one where you have you on one side and him on the other.
That'd be cool. I don't think anyone would buy it, but
Yeah, people would fucking buy that. I bought the one that Scott McClanahan and Julia Scoria, they did that.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that one.
It was a few years
Do you
ago.
listen to it on a cassette?
Yeah, because my mom had a cassette player.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few. I used to buy tapes, uh, but I don't listen to them as much.
Do you go out every day, like at the gym?
No,
You look like you do.
I do.
Like kettlebells, you
No,
know? You don't do kettlebells?
no. I'm notoriously out of shape and overweight and
No,
suffering
you're
health
not
problems
overweight.
because of
I'm
it.
overweight.
No,
You're
you're not.
thin.
You should see my stomach, man. I'm sitting
Oh.
down. No, it's not a good look over here. I don't recommend it. I ate too
Stand
many
up.
Doritos in my life. No.
Oh, okay.
No, can I admit, so I did the reading in New York for Scaffold, and I knew there was going to be like random internet people there,
hmm
and I was super anxious that people I know from the internet would come up to me and comment on my weight because
No,
I'm self-conscious about it.
okay.
I had visions of like Uzo like ribbing me about how fat I am.
Did
But
Uzo rib you?
no, he was very nice. I enjoyed meeting him.
Did you like him?
Yeah, he was nice. I wish I had more time to talk to him. He disappeared at some point.
You know, he was on the that talk conversation when I was running the one night I had the back patio
mm,
count. He came
okay.
on and I talked to him. He's very nice and very easy to talk to.
Yeah, I think he's very personable in person. I think he struggles with communicating on the internet.
You know,
Or
when I
I
found
think a lot of people have they don't have the same filters they do in real life when they're on the internet. So they're more prone to like picking fights or talking shit in like an off-putting way. I think he falls into that category.
When I found out he was a dad, I was like, oh, he totally tweets like a dad that like doesn't get Twitter.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's. But he also like makes fun of people, or like tries to call people out on stuff
hmm
in a way that he probably doesn't take very seriously, but other people would and do, and I think that causes some problems.
After the back patio Twitter stuff, why did you started saying like Jeff from Pig Roast was running it?
Oh, because I thought that was funny.
Okay.
He doesn't like me.
Why? What happened?
Well, I used to live in Providence. We were neighbors, and I ran over his dog,
No, you didn't.
and I never apologized for
No,
it.
you did. What happened?
Like he didn't leash it up,
No,
and
like
he always
what
let
really
it go
went
in
up?
my driveway. So I ran over it. And I killed it.
What kind of dog?
It was just it was like a mutt. It was some sort of
Wow.
like Labrador mix.
Does he just not like your writing?
He doesn't like that I killed his dog.
No, I want to know what happened between you two.
I killed his dog.
He's a very nice guy to me.
Okay. He's a
I'm
jerk
not.
to me. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't ask him.
Okay.
But I think he I don't know. I think he's always just I don't know. Been antagonistic toward me, and he got really excited at people potentially dogpiling back patio press. He started to use it as an opportunity to talk more shit about me.
Okay.
And so I thought it'd be funny to make the account just do really anodyne tweets and say that they're from him, but that he like vaguely threatened to like call the cops or something on me. So I stopped.
Because I really thought he was like running the account, and I thought it was pretty funny what he was doing. I was like, oh, he's really funny with this.
Well, so yeah, I don't know. It wasn't him though.
Okay.
But yeah, he didn't like it. He was really upset about it.
Yeah, I saw his tweets at you.
Yeah.
He's like, take me off.
Yeah, he said it's gonna like start escalating. I don't know what he meant by that, but I didn't want to. I didn't. I thought that was embarrassing that he would say that, and so I thought it wasn't worth doing anything else about it.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people don't like me.
But you think it's a Tao-Lin connection?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Is it your taste in music?
I think I killed too many dogs.
Okay. Did you ever prank call anyone
I
when you were a
used
kid?
to when I was a kid. Yeah, for
I
sure.
bet I could see.
I loved it. Yeah.
Did you use soundboards?
No, but I remember those. You could, yeah, like Flash websites. No, I would, um, no, we would just do normal prank calls. Sometimes we'd record them. I remember once I thought this was great, so I called like a like a place that had like they sell like pest control supplies,
hmm
and I called and basically like intimated that I needed like some sort of pest control for like pubic lice. And they called me back and left a voicemail. It was like a really long voicemail. This really sweet old lady talking about how she could help me, and like I don't know, it was just very funny how she like said it. She's very earnest, um, but talking about these really ridiculous things. So that felt like a success to me. Like no one was upset about it. You know what I mean? But the end result was still very funny.
Did you record? Did you have that still around?
I don't anymore. No, I did. I used to record a lot of music and like sound experiments and stuff like that on my old family computer, but most it's basically all gone now. I think there's some like CDRs, uh, like probably at my brother's house, but of like a very small fraction of everything I recorded.
Do you write in pen or pencil?
No, I hate doing that.
You do?
Yeah, I don't like writing longhand, and
Hmm.
not that good. That muscle sort of atrophied in me. I feel bad about it, but I'm not very good at it.
What do you mean
My handwriting,
atrophy?
like my handwriting is really bad,
Oh.
and I get fatigued writing too much, like by hand.
Do you think you could build up that muscle though if you just kept
Yeah,
doing it?
of course. Yeah, and I like to draw sometimes. I'm trying to draw more and spend more time, like pen on paper. I've been doing because my oldest kid's really into art, and so whenever we get an opportunity, I like to sit at the table and we can do art together or do
Oh,
our own
cool.
projects next to each other. And I've been doing we have these like folding like cards that you like mail to somebody, and I've been drawing scenes in Sharpie and watercoloring them. I've been enjoying that.
We started at 7:30 my time.
Oh
Now
yeah, it's been almost
almost
2 hours.
almost. We have like another 10 minutes.
Yeah, should we cap it at that?
Yeah, let's
go to
keep
30
going
after.
till that 30. Let's go full 2 hours. Anything else? Like any writing, any stories that you can give
Any stories that I can
about
give?
Cav recently? Can you like become Cav for a moment and speak?
No.
Oh.
No.
Do you have
he's
an
his own dude.
Can you impersonate him?
No, I can't.
Oh.
There's a very singular way of talking.
Like, yeah, it is true.
What, am I not enough for you?
No, I'm just like for a moment we could have Cav come in.
That'd be cool. I like that.
Can you match his voice?
No.
When you talk to him, does it like fulfill your day? Is that like a good day for you?
I mean, it's normal.
When you talk on the phone with him?
We don't talk on the phone.
Oh.
We might have at some point, a couple times, but.
But isn't he usually funny?
I think he's very funny.
Okay.
He'll text in like manic bouts where I'll get like 10 text messages all at once from him.
And then he'll stop, and then you won't hear from him for like 3 months.
Or like he'll stop. Or I don't know. Like, well, I'm also not a very good like corresponder.
I feel like he texts while he's driving, and then he's like in traffic, and then he'll not text again. I feel like he has a lot of people to text though, or like DM, because he's so popular.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's very charismatic. But yeah, I think he has a busy life.
Do you wish you had his charisma?
No.
Do you think if you had his charisma, your life would be different?
I'm sure it would be different, but I like my life. I think I have a great life. I think that's why I have so many haters, because they just know that I'm happy and successful and content.
What is your definition of success?
It's whatever you want it to be.
What goals do you have in your literary aspirations?
In my literary aspirations?
Yeah. The Brad Listiche.
I don't have any more. I've done them all.
Get back on Brad Listiche's podcast.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that podcast. I like him. But no, I don't have any goals. I just want to write.
Just keep writing.
I just want to have fun. Just want to keep writing something that feels fun and new, and try to push myself, like with anything else.
Do you want to get published by Archway?
No.
Why not?
Who's Archway?
You don't know Archway?
The New York.
They publish like Blake Butler, Aaron Taylor.
A lot of people publish Blake Butler. I don't know. Do they publish Molly? Do they do those books?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't know. I don't care.
Are you gonna write a Molly kind of book?
No.
Oh. Why not?
Because my wife hasn't killed herself.
No, what if Cav does though?
What do you ask?
What if Sebastian kills himself?
What is the question?
What if Sebastian kills himself? Are you gonna write Sebastian?
This is mean-spirited.
No, it's not.
No, I don't.
A lot of writers kill themselves
That's
It'd be
true.
very nice if a friend wrote a book about them, and then you found out Sebastian had been like, never mind.
Cheating on me.
Go.
No, I don't. The question was, do I want to be published by Archway? And the answer is no. I don't know or care about them.
Well, you just say you don't. You don't have to say you don't care about it. You just say you don't know. You're trying to start more beefs.
No, I mean they're a book press. I don't know. What do they offer? What like
Well,
why'd you bring them up? Are they
because
good?
they've been on the pod before. We're
Oh,
friends,
okay,
and you could be friends with them too.
okay. I mean, I'm sure they're nice people.
Do you have a
I
lot of
don't know.
mosquitoes?
Yeah, there's like a couple bugs flying around in here.
I have
That's
a
why I'm
lot of like
swatting.
little gnats and houseflies, but my
Mm,
camera isn't that good enough where you can tell,
I
so I
see.
get away with it.
There was a fly in here that was bothering me, so I have the fly swatter, but it
Do you ever move
escaped.
your trash and a bunch of gnats fly up?
We get so we have a compost service in the area, like the local area. You can sign up, and they have these special green bins so you can use to compost. And especially in the summer, it fills up with maggots. Um, so that's the so we don't like put organic material in the trash can. We mostly compost it all. So any bugs we get in the trash are going to be in the compost, and they're going to be flies.
Do you have a fetish for maggots?
No, no, I
No.
don't. Do you?
Like a taboo that's like kind of alluring.
No, I think they're kind of gross. They kind of skeeve me out. All the wiggling. I don't
Oh.
like it. I'm not
You
into
don't like
bugs.
fantasize being in the pool full of maggots
No, I haven't. I haven't thought about that.
crawling in your nose and stuff. Okay.
Mm, no,
Okay.
is that common?
I don't know.
Are people into
What about
bugs
spiders?
like sexually?
Yeah.
I could take
Would you
your
have sex with a
lead on
spider? Like a giant spider that was human sized? That had like a bow tie? Or not like a top hat?
that. That was good. The bow tie was a good joke. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
No, I probably wouldn't have sex with a giant spider.
Okay.
I'm pretty happily married.
Well, what if your wife allowed it? Like it was on your bucket list?
No, I
Okay.
don't. No, I don't. What's on your bucket list? Do you have a bucket list? What do you want to do
I had
before you
one for
die?
I had one for the podcast of things I wanted to try and do, but I've
How are you
marked
doing
them
on?
all.
How are you doing on that? Have you done them all?
I've kind of marked the most all of
Like
them
what?
off.
Like give me some examples.
I wanted to do one with someone walking around New York, and I got that with Sean Thorconro because he likes to walk.
Mm,
And I wanted to do like live events and stuff, and I've done that. I wanted to do the September 11th reading, and I did that.
mhm, mhm.
And I want to do 100 episodes. I'm close to doing that.
Okay, yeah,
But
that's
now I'm
good.
thinking like I can't keep doing this forever. Like, is there an end point? You know?
Yeah, everything comes to an end. I mean, you've been doing it. I'm impressed. A lot of these things taper off pretty quick.
Yeah, I know. Like some people start them in the like only 3 or 4 episodes.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you got a pretty good stride. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel good. But like then if I stop doing it, then like who am I? You know, that's what I start thinking.
You're a whole person. You're not
Yeah, I
just a
know, but
podcast.
yeah, I want to keep doing them as long as I can.
Do you have some authors you're trying to get?
No, not really, not anymore. I like when people come to me and they want to be on. Well, sometimes
Mm.
that gets annoying though. But
I was gonna say lots of people complain about about that, about getting that attention.
yeah. But it's kind of nice. I like it when it's people I know. Or like when I asked Sebastian, because I recorded with Sebastian like 2 days ago.
Oh,
He was
nice.
very kind and very nice, and I was surprised at that.
He is. Yeah. Why would you be surprised?
Well, because like we know each other, but like I mean, some people that I know like they only come on once, and I understand that because you want to like get around to different places. I was just surprised that he would also come back again and again after he publishes every time, because I could see someone getting tired of it.
Yeah, that's it's interesting because I feel like so yeah, back to the like publishing career stuff. I remember seeing people as they got more like better visibility into the writing and bigger opportunities and like bigger presses and stuff, they would taper off their engagement with the independent scene as much.
Mhm.
Like they wouldn't do these kinds of podcasts, or they'd stop sending stuff to like smaller magazines. And that always left a really sour taste in my mouth. So I feel like no matter what happens to me, I want to keep participating in this scene, this level of the scene.
So
And
you'll come back.
sure, yeah.
Okay.
And I
Cool.
imagine Sebastian probably feels similarly. I think he's thankful to the support you've shown him, and I think that's important. You know,
Do you see him taking off?
sure. I think he's dedicated. I think he's doing it. I think he's got his foot in the door. I think he'll have some good opportunities. I mean, I don't know how much anyone can take off, like in
Do you
the contemporary American literary landscape. There's
do
not
you
much.
see him publishing like a hardback book? That's a big thing. It's a big deal.
Technically, anyone can do that now through Ingram Spark.
Oh.
But um, yeah, no, because there's some like the big five presses, right? They always do a hardcover release first. I don't really like hardcovers.
Okay.
I think I have idly considered that if I were to get like a major press book somehow, I would ask to not have a hardcover, and then I imagine that people would laugh at me and say that was stupid, and that's
Oh
why
yeah,
I
I
never thought
read
about it.
your meeting.
Mm,
Was that fictional?
it was a story.
Yeah. So it was?
It's based on a true story.
Okay.
I redacted a lot of things.
Why?
Make it funnier.
Out of respect.
And out of respect, yeah. I didn't want the editor to be upset with me.
Because
But I thought the story was kind of funny. And
someday you
then,
want to be published by them?
no, I just didn't want to be a
Oh,
jerk.
okay. I could see like someone doing it though.
Doing what?
Like being a jerk and being like, "Oh, I'm cool. I'm not going to be published by Big Five or something," you know? Like take it
Yeah.
as an opportunity to like rise their name in the indie
Mm.
spaces.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I don't think you did that.
Thanks. I mean, I think I whipped the opportunity just as much as I sabotaged it myself. Yeah, I don't. I think you have to do what you want to do.
Okay.
And I think like the higher up you get in the literary publishing world in terms of like those opportunities, like the more the expectations are on uh, modifying the art itself or the framing of the art, and that sort of makes me uncomfortable. So I think there are a lot of people, and that I don't like have any strong distaste for this mindset, like in other people. I don't judge other people for this, but I think there are people who just want the opportunity more, um, and they care less about the art itself in that sense. So like the question is like, how much would you let your book be changed in exchange for a certain amount of money? And I think some people, everyone lies on some sort of spectrum on that scale, and I know more or less where I am on it, and that's like going to inform how I approach situations like that.
So it's been 2 hours. Can we end
Oh
on
yeah,
something
more
exciting
interesting.
or enlightening? What are you excited about in literature? And then can you like make a big speech about it to end the podcast?
What I'm excited about in literature and my speech about it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Why will you continue to write literature, even if it makes you no money?
Because it's fun.
What's fun about it? What do you enjoy?
Um, it's making art. It's self-expression. It's stimulating. It can connect you with other people. I like the community aspect just as much, not just as much, but in a lot of ways, I like the community aspect of it. I enjoy talking to people about writing. I enjoy hearing people's thoughts about writing and reading about literature. I like getting new book recommendations, and I like talking to people about I like the act of writing. I like the act of editing. I like the act of editing other people. And I like talking to people about writing. And it's I just keep going back to this word. It's like mentally stimulating to write
Well,
and to work on something, and that's all we ever really look for.
okay. Well, thank you for coming on.
Was that satisfactory?
No,
I
not
feel like that
really.
was a yeah. No, like, what do you want?
What's the last podcast that you listened to from a writer? Not my podcast, but like one that really helped your writing? I don't know. Has any podcast ever done that, or like made you view something differently in terms of
Hmm,
writing? Because
some
like
writing.
I don't know what the point is then of these, interviews. Maybe just to hear other people that
Kind of
you
down on
don't
yourself.
know.
Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so when Brad Listy started Other People, I noticed going back in the catalog, there's a lot of emphasis on him basically asking questions that amount to like, how did you get published? And what was that process like? Because he had a personal interest in that because he was a writer and he wanted to get published. And he wanted to understand that process of it. And also the audience wanted that, right? If your audience is writers who are trying to get published, then they're interested in learning more about the industry and the process behind it. And I fall into that category too. Like I wanted to have a meeting with an editor at a bigger press, if anything, to like because I'm a curious person and I wanted to know what it was like and what the conversation would be like and just like hear what they have to say and what information about how the industry works they could share. And not even for me to do anything with that. It's not like I had like we talked about big press publishing and we talked about small press publishing and the differences therein and stuff like that. And this person had questions for me too, like, you know, how does back patio publish books? Like where do the books come from? Which is a reasonable question that I myself asked when I saw like, I don't know, Disorder Press like 6 years ago on the internet. I wanted to know where the books came from. How do you print a book? That's a reasonable, interesting question. And then you can go on this journey to learn that. And that applies to every aspect of writing and publishing, right? Like it's an interesting topic and a lot of the information is out there and a lot of it is not out there. And there are a lot of nuances to it. And I think for Brad Listy at that time, that was part of the interest for him. That was part of the draw for his audience. And I think you have an aspect of that too, right? Like I think you're very curious in like who would you publish with? Why would you publish with them? What opportunities have you had? Would you start this thing? Would you start that thing? Um, and because I think you have a natural curiosity about how the industry at this level and other levels operate, the same as me, the same as anyone else. And so I think that serves a really good purpose and function. I think it's at the end of the day, if you enjoy the process, if you're having these conversations because you enjoy the conversations, I think that's sufficient. That should be sufficient. It might not always feel that way, but I think that's a admirable goal. I mean, I think everything we do is ultimately really selfish, no matter what. So if you feel good having these conversations and you feel like you learn about stuff, you don't have to take all the information and all the hints and tips and tricks you get from everyone and turn that into a book deal that sells out, right?
Yeah.
And statistically, no one listening to your show is going to do that. But you can't make that the the goal. You can't make that the metric you measure yourself against. And so that applies to the act of writing and publishing itself too. Like, why do I write? Like, I enjoy it. And why? And then the question is, why do I enjoy it? And it's like, well, there are a lot of uninteresting reasons, a lot of interesting reasons. Like, I like reading books. I think books are interesting. I think stories are interesting. I like thinking about how stories work. I like thinking about how you could change something and see if it still works. I like the idea of experimental literature, not in like unreadable literature, but in literature that does some sort of experiment and you can see if it pays off or not. And, I have lots of interests and some of them are more where I'm like a passive participant and some I'm more active in. So I really love music. I don't make a lot of music. I don't release like much music. But I like as a hobby, I do a lot of active listening, and it might just be to like pop music or indie rock or whatever, but I have a passive curiosity in music production and in the music industry and stuff like that, right? But it's just slightly different in the writing world. So I'm also interested in story structure and, what you can accomplish or not. And I enjoy visual art, but I know even less about it, and I'm less inclined toward that. So, I think any healthy person will have a number of things that scratch that itch for them, and they're in different levels. Uh, and so what you do is just it should be about the process of enjoying it. And I think accomplishment is good, but I think that comes from a sense of challenging yourself and pushing yourself,
True.
and in a way I've sort of struggled with that, where for a while my like aspiration felt like something that would be impossible. And then next thing I know, I have a book with Muumuu House. And the question is like, where do I go from there? And I looked inside myself, like basically nowhere. Like, I never thought I'd be able to do that, and then I did. Uh, and I feel really lucky and thankful. And some people like it and some people don't like it, but I don't care about that. I care about, my own feelings on it. And so that puts me in a position to not, like, it puts me in one good position where I feel like I don't have to settle for anything. I don't want to, but also puts me in a bad position where I don't know what I want. I
Hmm.
don't. It's not like I really want to have a book on vintage. I could take it or leave it. It's not like I really want to have a book on Little Brown. Like I could take it or leave it. And I'm lucky in a lot of ways to have that feeling, to be in that position. But in some other ways, I feel kind of listless or aimless because of it. So I need to grapple with that myself. And instead of grappling with it, I'm just gonna I'm just trying to write. I'm trying to write and I'm trying to send some stories out every once in a while to places that I think where the editors would enjoy them, or where people who might read them would enjoy them, or if people ask me to send them something. And then, I'll see what comes from that. So I'm thankful and I'm lucky, and it gives me an opportunity. I'm thankful that my life affords me the opportunity to write, to publish, and to go on podcasts and talk about it. And I'll do it as long as it's fun. If it's not fun anymore, then I won't do it. I think that should be true for you and your podcast.